Well, there's an update on the garden. It's Thursday the 22nd of August. You can see the tomatoes are getting a lot thicker up at the top, and hopefully we will get a crop all the way up to the first frost. The Japanese beetle traps could have been taken down 2 weeks ago. The beetle season is pretty much over. I want to update you on the Rutger's tomato plants because the seeds were old. They were 1988 seeds, and I took a chance to see if they would come up, and several commenters said, yeah, but wonder if they will produce like they should. Now, Rutger's tomato doesn't get really large, but it should be like this, or a little bit bigger, but this has been a tough season. The trouble this year with these things is they're splitting terribly. See, this thing a long way from being ripe. And these I dropped on the ground because they were just mush, and I didn't want to get it all over my fingers while I picked some that I could salvage. And this is a grass that I put down to cover the beds from weeds. But there's juice running in the bag already. And this just needs to go in a trash can because you don't want to put tomato seeds in your compost pile. The seeds will last 5, 6, 7 years in an envelope in your bookcase. So they will come up when you put compost on your garden next year, and there will be thousands of them. 3:40 in the afternoon here in Central Virginia. There's a couple of squash. We got a few more. I really need to take a video of my squash because they are disappearing. And these are some of those. I was talking about the Rutgers on the other video. And here's the Rutgers that I think I can salvage. All in all, I don't know if I can blame the season on the old seeds. But the reason we got away from planting these and most heritage seeds is I've got a big whitefly problem and a mono aphid problem, and it's all on the Romas and these old Rutgers. Now here are the Romas. For some reason they're falling on the ground on their own. I've never really had that happen before. Now these will ripen up. I've got a bag the other day like this that I'm going to mix with these, and it's been sitting in a bay window on the east facing wall in a bag like this open, and they're all red. We picked a few okra today. Most of the bears get too long because we picked them Sunday. Today's Thursday, and they grow really fast. This is one market mower that we missed, but if the seeds are digestible and not hard, you can still eat it. If not, peel it, slice it in half, scoop out the seeds with an ice cream scoop. The rest of these will work. I've got these. I hope to make some dill pickles. Don't know if I'll find time. And here's the cherry tomatoes. I'm still picking them a little on the orange side. I have a bowl of them at home, which I'm going to film and take a picture of and put up to show you how ripe they look after just a few days. Here's the cherry tomatoes we picked last Sunday. Today's Friday morning. We've been eating on these in a larger container, and we just took the ripe ones off of it. We could pick through it because the container let them lay flat. And when we got down to this many, we put them in the bowl. These were the orange ones with the most orange, and the ones with a little green on them. And as you can tell, they're all ripe, perfect to eat now. And they didn't split. Well, the grapevines are hanging in there, the ones that I planted last year. This muscadine is coming back from that one cane coming out, so we might get grapes again next year and maybe in the future. The beans are starting to put out beans. They're small. The tomato plants are getting healthy at the top. Now we're talking about all those Rutgers splitting. Now my better boys have some marks in them, but they're not splitting. I don't know what is causing it, but it has been awful cool. Today is about 92, but it's going to have a cold front come through tonight with a few thunderstorms, and it's going to be in the 80s this weekend. The cukes are slowly dying, but I picked 3 bags today, and the people that where my wife works are getting tired of them because she puts bags out, and at the end of the day there's still some in the bag. This stuff's putting a lot of flowers out. And that bean could be picked right now. If you want to eat something good, eat a whole bean no bigger than that. It is so tender, rather than letting them get real big and long. But it's starting to set some beans, so it won't be long before we're busy picking them And my bride will be so happy because you won't have to bend over. Most of these will be up on the top. The peppers are still growing. And the squash, I'm going to count them so that when I come down here Saturday, I'll see how many it is. There's one there. There's two there. Actually 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll see how many I have when we get here in a couple of days. Beans are up. The older beans that made it have come through the clutches. I don't know whether I might cut the wire off, try to salvage those. These little cukes are still making it. I am going to pull this one. There's a nice pepper waiting for my wife to pick when she gets down here. Now these are the aromas I left on here thinking that I could pick them and put them in a separate bag. The whiteflies have been terrible on them. I sprayed them the other day and they're a whole lot healthier looking than they were. You can see the damage that's been done in there. See here? I just put insecticidal soap on it. And the watermelon patch. We're in the watermelon patch. I've plowed up all these weeds. You can see a melon there, melon there, melon there. 2 melons right over there. They look a little thin right in here from the other day. And you can see that one's round, and Alibaba's are oblong, and they stay that pale lime, really light lime green. There's several over there. I figure it's at least a dozen in here, and I don't know what's happening to my butternuts because usually they're pretty bulletproof. These on the end might have got too dry by the look of those leaves. It doesn't look like diseases is bad, although that is some. And we'll be picking those this weekend, or at least a couple of them.